Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here. It's Jost with the most. I hope you are excited for Halloween. Or at least for October, because it's October time. Woo! But wait, it doesn't look like October. It's all covered in stone and grass. That's not very festive. No, we need to make sure that this island is in the spirit of the season by laying down some seasonally appropriate paletary blocks, you know? Some people might say, Joe, how are you going to roll in here and just start throwing blocks down at the beginning of the episode? Aren't you going to, like, do a very thoughtful reflection on, like, the last few weeks? Like, you've been gone for 2 whole weeks. What's been up with that? It's like, well, let me tell y'all, folks. My daughter finally had her tonsillectomy. She had a sleep study last November, and basically her tonsils were gigantic, and they needed to go. They were physically too large. It wasn't that they were constantly getting inflamed or anything with tonsillitis like some kids. It was just like they were too big, and the doctor was like, yeah, you need to take these out. So, anyway, basically, well, we decided not to take them out ourselves. We had a surgeon do it, and an anesthesiologist helped. There were also a team of nurses and other professionals at the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Great place. Nothing negative to say about the entire experience there. They knew what they were doing. And so, you know, of course, you know, Vanderbilt is my alma mater, so I am partial to it in general. But, you know, just because you're like, oh, I like Vanderbilt, that doesn't mean you're like, oh, this is going to be fine, because it's always scary. It's always scary with stuff like this as a parent. You know what? But I am back, and I can talk about it now because, you know, after about 14 days, you start getting out of that, like, danger zone where the kid could just wake you up in the middle of the night spraying blood everywhere, and then you have to drive into the ER to get the wounds recauterized. And, whoo, that is not something I wanted to do, and I didn't have to. Everything worked out, and I am going to be back recording and streaming and doing all the stuff that I used to do. And, you know, you might say, Joe, are you going to be even more relaxed since you had a 2-week vacation? Okay, caring for a kid who just had surgery alone for 2 weeks is not a vacation. So I'm still going to be... I still need a vacation at some point. I'm looking forward to the holidays, but we're not there yet, so it is time to just power through and to make this place beautiful, you know? Hey, that person's getting in the Halloween spirit. They're handing out some of those candy crossbow bolts, which I'm particularly partial to. I gotta get a real shovel, though. Where is my real shovel? Whatever. We'll figure that out later. But in addition to covering all this with orange sand, I'm thinking we mix maybe some black stone in there, or black concrete. I don't know. But I wanted to get kind of a scattered kind of look here. Like maybe throw some purple glass and some orange glass in here with our little skylight. Kind of give it a real seasonal, jaunty look. Now, I don't think it's actually possible with only 3 colors. What happened? I lost a honey block somehow. How did that happen? Well, you know, for right now, we'll just put that there. I don't know if the honey vader will still operate, though. Oh, I don't have my boots on. So let's be real careful about how we go down here. But hopefully we can find that. There it is. How did that honey block get all the way over there? That is a mystery to everyone. But you know what? That's part of the fun of the season. This is a season for ghosts to move stuff. Wait, was it a ghost? Is Cubfan in ghost form here? No? Well, that one was clearly my fault. I will own that one. But wait. Wait, was that Ghost Cub? Is Ghost Cub here? Maybe it was that fish. I don't know. It's a mystery to everybody. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. Let's see. We're going to keep replacing some of these blocks. Now, realistically, one thing that I had done elsewhere in this base was I kind of used a tetrad kind of scheme. And I felt like that was interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use... Whoa! That was close. That was close. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use tetrominoes for all the shapes here, given the overall shape of this structure. But you know what? Maybe it's viable. I don't know. We'll mess around with it. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and have a nice, kind time skip?
Hello,
Wow.
Joe.
Hey, Cub, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. So I don't suppose you happen to have the ocean unique, or know if somebody else does, because that's the one that, wow, you got the B unique and the end unique. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Joe. I think we've brokered a deal off camera for a couple of artifacts on your board that I need for a future thing that I will give you.
Indeed. You know, I was looking at your board here, and the fact that you have the B unique and the end unique, I mean, it doesn't matter if I hold these or not. You know, this rare and this uncommon, I will never complete these sets until those get plugged back into the system anyway. So, you know what? The best thing for me is to see those uniques get back in circulation.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, my next unique will be handed off to you for this for these artifacts.
Alrighty. 1, 2. There you go.
And there is the IOU right there.
I owe you 1 unique. Now, it's not signed Cubfan, but I know who it's from.
Yeah, that's the important thing, yeah.
And I have video evidence of this, Cub.
Now,
Video evidence.
Do you want me to just put the unique on your board so you come down here one day and find it, or do you want me to actually like give it to you, like in person?
You know, I think you're allowed to put it on my board as part of a trade. So yeah, that seems fine.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, Joe. Good doing business with you.
Good doing business with you too, Cub. Good luck.
Thank you.
This road is pretty interesting. Apparently Iskall put some sort of train track dragon head thing here. I don't know what's going on. It's fine. I've been away from the server a little bit recently. But, you know, this is apparently free to everyone except for people who oppose the resistance. And I don't know what anyone's resisting because I'm not really up on politics. So it seems like now is a good time to grab a few things that might be helpful for our decorating. I need to move. I actually just need ender chests in general, so that's a good get. Some dark oak logs would not hurt construction. Purple wool, always classy. Yeah, this could really speed up some of our Halloween stuff. Is this an orange concrete head? Oh, that's very seasonal. Wait, look at this dragon. It's going backwards. That's adorable. Oh, now it goes again. Oh, it's looking at me. Hi, dragon. Oh, this is so cute. I was planning on just hanging out by my base this episode and working on the build, but like Cub dragged me over here for that trade. And now I'm really glad. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my own shulker box over here. And I'm going to just start loading it up with stuff. Because this could really save us a lot of effort on our own Halloween construction project. You know, man, some extra lanterns. I don't want to take everything, but like there's definitely stuff here that I am short on that I could use. Oh man, thank you, JeeHillsTSD. This was very kind of you. You know what? I think we took enough stuff. I don't want to take too much. We'll leave the rest for everybody else. But yeah, this is really cool. So thank you, Cub, for making that fun trade, and thank you, JeeHillsTSD, for making my day. And Iskall, like, man, that dragon thing. You know, you think you've seen it all in Minecraft, but, oh, man. There's always something new. Anyway, time skip. Here we are, folks, with an overhead view of our little island here. I gotta say, I went around and I hollow-wound the whole thing. You know, I want to have a generally broadly autumnal look for this whole area. You know, it's not just about the rising moon, it's about the fallen leaves, you know? I've replaced some of this summery-looking beach sand that we have on our left here with some of the red sand on the right. You can kind of see how that works. I wanted the entrance of the island to have a little bit of purple and black accents as well, kind of complement the portal and make it feel a little bit more holiday seasonal, whereas the autumnal changes we're going to be making, we're going to keep up through Thanksgiving. And you might say, changes? What more changes could you possibly have in mind than just adding more sand and things like that? Well, you know what? One of the things that I missed doing from back in Season 1 of Hermitcraft was adding some leaves to the ground and replacing some of the green leaves on the trees with some orange and yellow and red wool. And you know what? We didn't have orange and red and yellow glass back then, but I was thinking it could be interesting. Oh, thank you, Good Times with Scar. I hope your dreams were sweet. Dang it, Scar left before I could type that out, but it's fine. Those bounteous boons of bee honeys buzzing around. Wait, so Scar messed up my evening intro. It's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna power through. That's fine. Okay. So, anyway, what I want to do is I want to replace some of the leaves on these trees. We'll box up the oak leaves and ship them off to Iskall, and then swap them out with some colored glass as well as some colored wool, maybe a little bit of concrete powder. I'm not sure, but I've gone out of my way to gather all the materials we'll need to really just hammer that out. So why don't we go ahead and see how that goes? Oh, but you know what? One other thing. In addition to ripping out all the summary sands here, you know, we can't just have a summary replacement. We need to have a thorough and well-explained one. I think it is time to retire this little entrance here to our cave below. You know, I want to replace this, I think, with an extended sunroof. And the blue we had here was fine when we wanted to show the blue sky above. But now I want it to give the impression of a autumnal canopy from below and a autumnal leafscape from above. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this glass out and also swap in orange and yellows and reds there as well. I think that will give it a good look. But you know what? The only way to really find out in Minecraft is to do. So let's go ahead and knock that out now. Time skip.
Hello, Joe. How's it going?
Pretty well. How are you?
I am perfectly well. I am at the top of the rainbow as instructed.
I didn't
What do you want?
instruct you, but okay.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You told me. You said where you were, and I said I'll be up there in a minute. That's an instruction.
I think that's closer to stalking, but there's a difference between an invitation and a like if I post on Twitter like I'm going to get pizza at Savarino's and then you show up at Savarino's to yell at me about a cactus farm. That's a little different than an invitation.
I mean, I'm not going to yell at you about the cactus farm.
Okay.
I want to, just out of principle, but I'm not going to because I like the rainbow. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw in your latest video, you proposed that if I completed the other half of this 100 block radius rainbow, that you would shave off 1 million of the armor stands out of the 6 I owe you.
That sounds perfect, yes.
Okay, well, I say, what about double or halves? Z's. I don't know how to spell double or half Z's on that. What if we have a boat race down the rainbow, and if I'm the first one to get out of the spawner at the end, then you shave off 2 million, or not spawner, but you know, the farm collector system. And,
okay.
And if you're the first one down, we only shave off 500,000.
Okay, I can, yeah, a 500,000 rainbows, 500,000 armor stands is something that I could totally do with. It's, yeah, I'm not overflowing at all.
Well, there you go then.
You actually brought both.
Of course I did. I'm the most prepared Joe Hills on the server. Okay, so go ahead and get it in the stable. There's like, yeah. And
yeah, I'm in the current.
I'll let you say ready, set, go.
Ready, steady, go. Oh
no,
gosh.
I'm stuck.
Me too.
Some part of this felt like a good idea at one point.
I feel like we should maybe have gone past the cactus farm.
I don't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start over underneath the cactus farm.
Oh.
Okay, so go.
What?
The race is. We haven't stopped the race. We're just.
Stop! Okay.
No, just get your boat and carry it down to past the cactus farm.
I feel like this is cheating, Josepha.
No, it's boating.
It's cheating at boating.
I can't see anything. I need to be in F5 mode. Oh no, where am I?
Aha! No, that's the wrong way. Down is the way. Oh my gosh!
This was maybe the worst idea we've ever had, and that says something. Where are you?
I don't know, I've enjoyed this. This is great.
I think I'm gonna have to break the boat to get all the way down. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh. And how do we get out is the question.
Yay! I did it!
That's cheating, but fine.
Also, did you see my sign?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, no mercy, no peace. I approve. That's how you want to live. That's the way you're going.
I said yes, please. Like yes to mercy and yes to peace. No, just kidding. Peace was never an option. But yes to mercy. Yeah.
Yep. This is a thing that we totally did. Okay, so 500,000 armor stands for the rainbow.
Wait. No, because I'm the one that won. I got out first.
So it's half. You only pay 500,000 as opposed to 2 million.
No. I get 2 million shaved off the 6, so it's down to 5.
Ah. Hang on. Do that math again.
Yeah, because you originally said if I finish the rainbow, then you would shave 1 million off the 6 I owe you.
Yeah,
bringing it down to 5.
Down to 5.
So
and now you're getting rid of 2.
So by
you're
winning
also
that,
bringing it down to 5.
No, by winning the boat race, shaving 2 million off of 6 million is 4 million. I only owe you 4 million now. I've knocked out 1/3 of my debt in one incredibly poorly conceived boat race.
It was amazing, don't lie.
It was.
It was.
Just because something's poorly conceived doesn't mean it's going to be terrible. Look at children.
Oh! Yes, you're right. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Okay. So
anyway.
So let's go ahead and just put like a marker. I'm just gonna take this sign because it's here. We'll put a marker in the collection area that gives me credit for that 2 million. How does that sound?
Yeah, fine. I will gladly accept it.
Also, I need you to expand this some because even though I haven't filled the hoppers all the way, I have filled all the chests now. So
so you're asking for another round? Okay.
I mean, that's just so. Yeah, we'll just put this plus 2 million here.
So what do you think? Do you think you're going to be able to find something that's going to knock off another 2 million at some point?
You know, I will say. Oh yeah, I forged your signature. Hope you don't mind.
Well, I don't really have a choice about that now, do I?
I mean, you can take it down and sign it yourself if you like. You know, it's funny because when I started building all this stuff, some of my viewers were like, "Oh, I see the plan now. If you're obnoxious enough, Cleo will will eventually just say like, Joe, you don't even have to pay me back anymore." And I was like, oh my gosh, it never occurred to me to be obnoxious so I wouldn't have to do this work. I was just being obnoxious to make the work bearable.
You're being obnoxious, Joe, because that's what you do. It's just how you work.
Well, it's how I make life bearable, Cleo. We all have our coping mechanisms.
And yours is just annoying me.
And others! You just happen to be around when I'm annoying you.
I don't believe you're capable of annoying others. It's just not possible, Joe.
I have never heard a more bold-faced lie. I
try. I could do it bit deadpan if you really, really wanted a sound bite.
No, it's fine. We'll use that one.
Should we go and be annoying somewhere else?
Yeah, let's go. Well,
Make it your base for a change.
yeah, I was gonna say I need to autumnify my base and get it all Halloweeny. I saw you've been tweeting about Halloween and horror films and stuff
movies,
like that.
yes.
Yeah, so why don't we go over there and chat about those a little bit?
Excellent.
Time skip. Welcome, Cleo, to the Strait of Gibraltar. I have been in the process of decorating everything for Halloween here, as you can see.
Yes, I'm quite impressed with it. It's not often that you see tasteful orange and black together.
Well,
And we haven't here, but, it's fine.
Part of being tasty is being tasteful. So, I just need to project that any way I can.
And you certainly project. I think I broke him.
I'm just gonna go to bed now. Anyway. So
Okay. I've got you like that for a very long time.
I'm just gonna do that. So next up, I was gonna say I wanted your help, because Jurassic Bark over here, our dog sanctuary, is gonna be where I'm setting up trick-or-treating for the hermits this year on account of all the dog houses already being houses.
Yeah, I understand that dog houses are houses.
Yes, so we're just gonna lean into that real hard and decorate them for Halloween and set up dispensers for trick-or-treat treats and stuff. So what I was thinking, though, was I wanted to extend that area into the woods. Do you want to come with me and see what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Alrighty. So make sure you don't go too close to the crossbow guy there.
Why have you got a crossbow guy there?
Well, so he used to be right next to the portal. He stumbled into a boat that I had, and so then I drove the boat into the middle of the Strait of Gibraltar and then abandoned him. So...
That feels a bit harsh, but okay.
Yeah, but fair.
I mean, he did try to shoot you. It's
Tried is kind of an understatement, but...
I'm guessing he shot you a lot.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
survived.
nice bones.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, these are my spare ribs. The other ones I'm still using. But anyway, so what I wanted to do was take these little houses around here, decorate them a little bit for Halloween, and, cobwebs, jack-o'-lanterns, that sort of thing. Maybe get some carpet-style leaves on the ground,
You could do that. I mean, you could do all like garlands and stuff, and do some armor stand work if you want.
Armor stand work if I want. I do still have one small armor stand job ticket that I haven't cashed in yet. So
Oh gosh, you do, don't you?
So thank you for solving that problem. Yeah, garlands. Garlands, all the things.
Garland, all the that is not a small job, but I shall accept my punishment.
Well, garlands are traditionally not like gigantic, so I mean, it's just several small things. I mean,
it's just several small things in a row over several dog houses. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to somebody who has 4 million armor stands to make. So I mean, I don't know. But
I feel like you've got the easier job, but sure.
Thanks. Yeah. So anyway, what I was thinking was that we would use this area where it looks like you have already presumptively dropped off some shulker boxes here.
Oh, yeah.
As
just definitely was me who wrote that sign. Definitely me.
Yes. Well, clearly, I'm not the only one building in other people's bases, but that's fine because I wanted to open this area up to all hermits of all backgrounds.
Of you.
Yes.
Of all backgrounds.
Of all backgrounds.
Not just the Minecraft background.
Not just the Americans, the English are welcome, So here's what I'm thinking is we could open this up as kind of our Halloween district for the season. We're not doing a big server-wide Halloween thing this year. I mean, last
No,
year it was
just
also mostly you, me, and Asuma anyway, wasn't it?
I think so in the end, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to open up this, and so people can like come in, take a plot, and do a thing.
Yeah, basically, you know, I figure we'll do a pumpkin patch, and maybe I was thinking a corn maze, but since there's no corn in Minecraft, a fern maze. You know, you still have that hard rune at the end. And I mean, the word maze means corn, so you don't need a corn. We can have a fern corn. It's fine. It'll work.
And it's sort of like the perfect sort of height to actually do like a proper maze. And if any hermit wants to go through it, they can get a prize at the end, which is not death.
Oh man, I didn't think about. See, corn mazes in America don't have prizes. Is that a real thing in England?
Oh no, we don't really have corn mazes. We have hedge mazes occasionally for the very, very rich in palaces and stuff.
Do
because
those have prizes, or is the prize just that you're already
have
royal?
The prize is not getting frustrated at the maze.
Wow, is there nothing we can't learn from royalty? So. Yeah,
I just thought it would be nice to say here you didn't mess up, kind of a, you know, even if it's just like a piece of gold that says you made it kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll have to.
Doesn't sound convinced, guys.
No, I'm kind of. I'm thinking like, what would really get people excited, and I'm thinking like, you know, maybe an extra decked out dungeon key, or something. First person to complete this corn maze gets a decked out dungeon key. That would get people running.
Yeah, but you're talking about ferns. You can walk through ferns.
Well, but they shouldn't cheat because they have to. Yeah, we could say
it's all right. We can just line it. We can line it with like berry bushes and stuff.
Yeah.
So if they walk through a maze, they just get plonked.
Well, I mean...
Okay, I see where they're going with this. I see.
I would like to think that the hermits would not cheat at a maze, you know, like...
I don't think they would, to be fair. It was just I want to hurt them.
Yeah, you know, it's these tendencies that, you know... I'm not saying that we need to talk about them, Cleo, because I'm not a licensed professional, but, you know, you should talk about them with a licensed professional.
Joe, I don't need to talk to anyone when I have you.
Yay.
Wait,
that sounds terrifying. That's a lot
on you.
That's a lot of pressure, Cleo. Okay. So yeah, I guess we probably want to have some of the trees still closer to the, like, behind the dog houses here, so it feels like you open into a clearing in the woods when you come down the path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I was gonna say, do you need an extra shovel?
No, it's all right. I was gonna. There you go.
Yeah. So we can kind of bring this down this way.
Okay, so what do you need for decoration?
So for the pumpkin patch, I mean, I figure we would just kind of generally lay out pumpkin seeds or something.
You know, we don't have pumpkin patches. In the UK. So
where do you get your pumpkins from?
The supermarket.
Okay.
They literally in October they bring out huge boxes of pumpkins, and they deliver them to the store, and you pick out your pumpkin from there.
Okay.
It's very depressing.
Yeah. Well, at least it's always sunny there.
Yes, we are known for our temperate climates.
Yes.
And hot suns.
Yes. I mean, that explains the tabloid covers. So more royal family jokes? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it may have been, but it felt wrong, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Wrong. I don't know.
I mean, clearly.
That's a pumpkin. We're getting started. So
is it a pumpkin? Are you sure?
Well, do you have some bone meal we can really?
No, really? I had one bow and I bone mealed a fern earlier.
Oh well, luckily, dang it. Let me just place random logs because Minecraft.
Yes, blame the game. It's the game's fault that you can't play it.
You know, it's the shoddy carpenter who blames his poor tools, and yeah, all of this is broken. So here we go. Look at that. Boom.
Oh, perfect pumpkins. Bit skinny, but okay.
Well, I'm really wishing I had planted watermelon seeds now. Because you wouldn't know the difference.
I wouldn't, but I would feel validated in my sarcasm regardless.
Yeah, when they grow later. Yeah. Okay, see, that would have been good physical humor. We'll write that down for Halloween 2021. We're gonna make it that far, Cleo. I believe in us.
You believe we're making it out of 2020? I'm impressed by your faith in humanity.
Well, you know, somebody's got to have some.
Yeah, sure, Joe. Why not us? Why not you specifically?
Yeah. I mean, I'm wrong about a lot of other things. Might as well be wrong about nice ones. Okay, here, come get some pumpkin seeds.
Thank you.
There you go.
Is this what we're doing?
Whoops.
So pumpkins. I need to get my pick out of my boxes.
I mean, traditionally they would plant them in like rows. So, you know what? This is
so you have chosen not to.
I've chosen not to because it. Well, then again, this is almost a line. We could do parallel lines with a slope of like 3 or so.
Again, I've never seen a pumpkin patch.
Okay.
You have indeed seen a pumpkin patch before.
Yes.
So I'm just here for comedic effect.
Yeah, normally you grow them kind of closer together, but like this is fine. This is acceptable.
Okay, Captain Judgy.
The thing is that in Minecraft, well, okay, so the thing is in real life the scale would be different, right? So, but in Minecraft, because everything's a meter by a meter, like a meter by a meter pumpkin would actually be really big, Cleo. Okay.
I don't know. I've not seen American pumpkins. I wouldn't know.
Well, okay. You know, I'm realizing there's no beds over here. Let me.
I've got a bed. It's fine.
Okay.
I come prepared. Some of us come prepared, Joe. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We've had every conversation before. It's basic multiverse
it's
theory.
It's just the order of the words that differs, to be honest.
Yeah. So I'm kind of so I'm gonna kind of keep planting them. Kind of you see how we've got this kind of general pattern here.
Pattern of misfortune. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sort of here now.
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I know what you're just kind of. It's fine.
It's fine. I'll be okay. And other lies we tell ourselves.
The lies we tell ourselves.
And others.
Mostly ourselves. Well, the lies we tell ourselves what define who we really are, right? Isn't it?
Sure. Like, I mean, I don't know how depressing. It's Halloween. It's not a funeral.
I mean, we don't really do Halloween.
Oh, yeah?
No, I mean, it's a thing that the Americans have kind of gifted us, sort of, that we don't really pay much attention to.
Oh.
So, you know, Halloween parties are not really a thing. And the children, most of the time, they don't actually dress up and go trick-or-treating.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a it's kind of a thing that we're aware of, and you know, it's more kind of Americans kind of thing.
Well, you know, that's fine. Americans love having things.
I mean, occasionally.
Yes.
All right, so we've got this.
We've got a kind of.
How big should this be?
You know, honestly, I don't know, because
a pumpkin patch feels like it sounds like it's cute and small.
Yeah, like it's just a few pumpkins. It's not our cash crop. It's like this.
This is more decoration. I feel like it should be fenced in as kind of like it's artisanal crops rather than a.
That's an interesting concept. Yeah. So traditionally, one wouldn't fence in pumpkins because, unlike carrots or other crops that are easily attacked by rabbits or birds, they basically the hard gourd shell protects them. What? This is real. You would not normally fence in a pumpkin patch, but like
the fact that you used the term gourd in a serious conversation was the thing that threw me there.
Oh well, you know me. I can't just always be using the gourd's name in vain.
Oh, I'm out.
Bye, Cleo. Keep adventuring. Yeah.
I mean, it's more decoration than that for our artisanal crops.
Yeah. No, I mean, maybe. Like,
I'm just watching you work at this point.
I'm kind of thinking, well, we kind of want to just open up the area here. Maybe let's see how it looks once they grow in. And get a sense, because one of the things about doing the diagonal crops is fencing in diagonal crops is a nightmare. Like, if you're gonna have the fence be following the grid, you kind of have to do the crops in grid rows rather than diagonal rows.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at that point, I would probably do armor stand fencing, but you're not wrong.
Oh, okay. Now this is work for you. I'm 100% on board.
This is you work.
This is Cleo work. Yes. Wow me.
Would you believe it if I said I didn't have any armor stands with me?
Yes.
Because it's a lie. I do actually have armor stands with me.
That's how they get you, Cleo. I'm so gullible.
I mean,
I genuinely believed you, and I'm not even upset. I was just like, I'm glad I did all that work so it could be unappreciated, just like everything else. That's on brand. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what I expected.
And you're still upset.
I'm fine. I'm good. Everything's great.
This has tickled me. I'm enjoying this.
Okay, so while you work on the signs there, I might do some more pathing and clearing, and then I was thinking maybe we could talk about like what Halloween movies we like to watch every October, because I saw you were tweeting about that, and
yeah, that's like one of my favorite topics. I love me a Halloween movie.
Awesome. Now, I will say that chances are a lot of our suggestions are not necessarily family-friendly films. So,
no.
Sorry, kids, if you're like,
you're not allowed.
Yeah, when can I watch this? When you're older.
Yeah, that's pretty much how this goes, guys. Sorry.
Now, I guess to open, though, there are a few family-friendly films that I do enjoy. Dang it, I keep using the hoe instead of the shovel to make paths. And spoiler alert, it doesn't make paths. Okay, a few family-friendly films that I like to watch in October are the Addams Family movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if do they have that over there?
Yes, we have indeed the Addams Family. Yes, we do. We've seen the Addams Family. We also like a bit of Hocus Pocus.
I haven't seen Hocus Pocus in years. I need to rewatch that one.
You do. That one's a good one for the kidlets.
Mm-hmm.
Casper is often pretty good as well.
Yeah, I actually saw that one in theaters. Well, not multiple theaters. I just went to the one drive-in, but it was a good. Yeah, I forget if that was a double showing with Apollo 13. It feels like they came out about the same time. Maybe
that blows my mind. Casper was with double showing with Apollo 13.
Yeah, so the thing is, in American drive-in movies, they do like a double feature usually, and because they make all their money off of concessions and stuff, and if people stay for and it's a lot of work to get people into the theater because they drive 300 cars in or whatever. So you get people for two movies. You run like a kid-friendly PG movie first, and then you do a PG-13 or an R movie. So the idea is that the kids can fall asleep after the first movie, and then the parents can watch something and not have to hire a babysitter.
Oh, okay. That would not be allowed where I come from.
Why not?
Because if you go to a movie theater, you have to be able to watch all the movies. Because we do it based on age.
Yeah.
So I know you've got like R's, but if you take your pet, you take your kids in, you can do, XYZ. They can see it with you. We're not allowed to do that.
Oh,
that's
okay.
like proper illegal.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, that's a bit weird for me, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm just saying this now. I don't think I can copy things anymore.
What do you mean? It won't copy things across armor stands?
It won't. No, I've just hit the copy several times. Is there a new book? Yeah. I don't want to do this by.
Okay.
I'm happy to arrange them, but God, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, well, do you want to try making a new book real quick? I can go get you some leather or paper or whatever.
Leather, paper, feather, and ink.
Mm-hmm.
Like a written book, that would be handy.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
can go check. Have you seen Ernest Scared Stupid?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it is one of the scariest it is like the scariest PG rated movie you could create. Like the monster.
In what way?
The monster is really scary for kids. It's like a really good like puppet. Like it's all
Oh, puppets are just generally scary though.
yeah. It's about a troll that turns children into wood. And their only hope is Ernest P. Worrell, who is incompetent. I don't know if you've seen any of the Ernest movies.
I feel like I understand the concept as opposed to know the movies.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Vern. Yeah, the main character is very goofy. The premise is that his ancestor trapped this troll beneath a tree for turning a bunch of children to wood like 2 centuries ago, and a curse was set upon his family that each preceding generation would become stupider as a result. And so
that's actually horrifying.
yeah, and so it's just like the town is having this problem where all the kids are getting turned into wood sculptures by this troll that is just like incredibly stealthy, even though it's like this giant shuffling thing. It's like it could be behind a door or under a bed. It could be anywhere. Like,
God.
And the only hope is this incredibly incompetent garbage man. But Eartha Kitt is in it as the crazy woman who lives in like a giant mansion and whose yard is full of welded metal sculptures that shoot flames. If you like Eartha Kitt, like she's great in this.
This feels a little bit sinister, actually.
And yeah, so like the thing is that the townspeople are like, it's that witch who lives in the big house at the end, and she's like, no, it's not me, it's Ernest. He's the one that you need, but not because he's causing it to save everyone. And everybody doesn't believe her, and it's good. It's really funny and it's really scary. Like, I just saw those Scream movies for the first time. Have you seen these?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah, they were recommended. I was watching a panel on horror films, and one of the panelists recommended it, and I was like, oh.
I mean, Scream is a nice kind of intro to like horror satire kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I approve of like those sorts of films in general, because I mean how do I put this? I think my first recommendation was something called Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, I love Cabin in the Woods. That's what I watch every October. Also, here's your book.
Oh, book? Did you? Oh, thank you.
There you go.
I've forgotten how to do this. Is it just statues with a capital S, I think?
I probably should have gotten 2 of all of the components rather than just 1.
What's the worst that could happen? Cleo can misspell it.
And then I get to go another trick.
Oh, it is 2.8. Let's see if that copies it.
Oh, yay.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome, Cleo.
Thank you for making that statement. Yay! Copied! Hooray! Oh, I can retire version 2.7. I think I have a whole chest full of books that I've made over the past.
You should build them a retirement home.
A retirement home for old books.
Yeah, what do you guys have a term for that in England? Where the pensioners
library.
Go? Pensioners go to the library? Okay, well, I mean, that's good. They have access to public services.
Oh, dear gosh. Okay, yeah. So, what other horror movies do you like?
Let's see. So, Cabin in the Woods is one I watch every year. I'm a really big fan of some of the Japanese ones. Like, have you seen Ringu?
Yep, I've seen Ringu.
Yeah, and then there's have you seen Ju-on, which they Americanized it and called it The Grudge?
The Grudge.
Yeah.
The Grudge is the American, Grudge movie is one that I find particularly terrifying. Just because of the sound she makes when she's croaking to death.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Don't like it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
am a wuss, I admit.
Oh no. But at least you
sorry.
challenge yourself by watching horror movies every October.
I mean, I like horror movies. I just don't like that noise.
Oh no, that's fair. So, have you seen both the Japanese and the American versions?
I have indeed, yes.
Yeah, I gotta say,
do love me a horror movie.
I love the way the Japanese one ends with just basically the entire island of Japan has been killed by this ghost. It's just like, sorry everybody, like we tried to seal the evil, didn't work. Here's
it's on you now.
Yeah, and like I always imagined, after that movie, like the question was, okay, they don't show it like leaving Japan, so is it just that island of Japan that has been wiped out? Like, is it one of those things where every so often they try and send like biological contamination experts there on like scouting parties, and then they run into the ghost and die and are never seen from again?
I mean, it has to be something like that. I mean, there's like a second grudge where it's all happening all over again, and it spreads to another building.
Well, what I didn't like with the second one though was it undermines the ending of the first one. The first one is so many people are dead. It's just like you lost. It's all over.
Yeah, this is on you now. This is actually a thing that you did. Yeah, but it's just a weird set of movies. I mean, all the Japanese ones are, how do I put it? They're just proper creepy horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
They have they kind of get you in a kind of there's nothing you can do kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it doesn't matter what you do, you're always going to be got.
Yeah.
And there's no hope, essentially, is what I'm saying there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Ringu, I mean, they have hope, but then they realize it was bad. It was pointless.
Hopeless.
Yeah. Yeah, they have hope exists. It's just a lie. But
yeah, ultimately.
So here's the thing, Cleo. Okay, so I don't know if you saw, but a few years back they made this April Fool's joke. The studio that did Ju-on and Ringu did this April Fool's joke trailer for Sadako versus Kayako, which is the name of the two ghosts in the films. For anybody who's like, who are they? And the trailer was so well received, they got funding to make a whole movie called Sadako versus Kayako, and it is the funniest. It's basically they just did a reboot or like a remake of the first movie in each franchise and then mashed them together. And
that sounds amazing.
It's so silly, and like there's some horror elements, and it is scary in some ways, but like their target audience is people who have already seen these and want more of this April Fool's Day trailer. Do you want a 90-minute April Fool's Day trailer? We're gonna make you laugh so hard.
I believe I indeed do want this. This sounds fabulous.
Yeah. So you know what? Hey, I don't know if you have iTunes or whatever. I could order it for you. Send me a thing later.
It's all right. Just tell me what it's called.
It's called Sadako versus Kayako.
Okay, I will look it up and I will find it.
It's amazing.
This is what I'm talking about when I say I like arm stand fencing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that is cool.
Like little tiny fences.
That is really cute. I like that.
I know, they're so cute. Tiny armor stands.
Oh, so nice.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to go ahead and harvest some of the pumpkins that have already come in because we're going to need a ton of them for everything. So this is actually a working farm.
We are a working Oh.
So we're participating in some of that agritourism here by fencing it in and making it look pretty. Feel free to cut into the dirt and stuff if you need as well.
I was just gonna hook this up to sort of the dirt and just go around the edges. You know, it's a nice farm, but it melds in with the landscape kind of deal.
Excellent. Yeah, I was just working on our fern maze here. By which I mean I'm clearing some land. Where did you put
where
you
did I
leave
put all the
bed?
ferns?
Well,
There.
oh, thank you. Excellent. So ideally, a good corn maze looks like something when it's viewed from overhead. Do you have a bed?
I have one over here.
Oh, okay.
I shall use it.
Because I don't know where it is. Okay, cool.
It's by the fence.
Excellent.
Okay, so it looks from something like as from above. Well, the good thing about this is you can sort of plan it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
before you do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna kind of work on the clearing here, and the path. What are you laughing at?
You amuse me, Joe. You know that. You should know that by now.
Okay. It's one of those.
Not in a bad way. It's just.
Am I amusing at you or amusing to you or with you? I don't. There's.
I don't think it matters. It's a benevolent amusement rather than malicious amusement.
I'll take it then. But benevolence, we could all use a little bit of that in our lives.
I mean, definitely I could. So yeah.
So yeah, that's one recommendation. Sadako versus Kayako.
What is your favorite zombie movie?
I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead.
Be careful of what you say.
I was gonna say I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead for a few years, so that's kind of one that I'm hoping to get back to this year.
Yeah,
but
I approve.
I really liked the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yes, that's got a really good message.
Yeah, I saw that for the first time when I was a freshman in college, the Philosophy and Fine Arts dorm, where I ended up living for 3 years because of this movie night. There were so many cool people there. They had this fall break horror movie night, and they were like, hey, come check us out. And when the kid kills the guy in the movie, one of the people watching goes, they're going to blame Doom for that. And I was just like, I wonder if these are my people. And then we watched Event Horizon after that.
Oh,
and there's
that's a switch.
Yeah, and there's this point where the scientist is like, I think the spaceship is possessed because they accidentally opened a gateway to hell or something like that. And the same person goes, okay, well, that one is fair to blame on Doom. And I was just like, yes, this is where I'm gonna live, and
these are my people.
These are my people.
Where I live now.
Yes, so yeah, sophomore through senior year, I lived in the Philosophy Fine Arts dorm as a result of that.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that that's where you lived.
Oh, I know. It's me.
Do you ever feel typecast, Joe? Because you should.
Yeah.
You bring it on yourself, though. It's no one else to blame.
It's fine. I'm used to everybody being like, oh, yep, there goes Joe Hills, that liberal arts intellectual.
Yeah, well, they're not wrong. They're not wrong.
Oh, well.
There they go again, accurately describing you.
Yep, thank you, Cleo. Accuracy is noted. Oh well. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the newer zombie movies, just I don't know. I liked the first season of that show, The Walking Dead, because it was just like the premise was camping indefinitely because of zombies. It was a show about living in the great outdoors that incidentally had zombies as a pretext. But then the later seasons I didn't enjoy as much because they were not
grim
camping.
dark.
No, I just like, oh, good, we're living in the suburbs. I don't care. I don't want to watch a show about people who live in the suburbs, except for Cougar Town, which is the best show ever. But
I don't know what that is, and now I'm afraid to ask.
Have you seen Picard, the new Star Trek?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Is it a thing I should do?
I think so, because Picard is like the Cougar Town of Star Trek. It's like a bunch of friends drinking wine, having terrible schemes, like people, a lot of people who are like really into Star Trek The Next Generation are like, I don't appreciate this Picard show. It's very silly. And I'm like, oh, this is the best. They're just palling around, drinking wine, getting into mischief. Like, that's what Cougar Town is. It's people who live in the suburbs palling around, drinking wine, and getting into mischief. And they're all...
I approve of this.
Yeah, it's a fun show because they're just constantly, like, finding creative ways to make each other laugh and to entertain each other. And, like, that's all you need. Like, just people palling around, having a good time. But... Anyway,
Isn't that what we're doing right now, basically?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why I like it. So it's like, what if it was us, but like we had a budget? What if somebody
Us with a budget?
Yeah.
I think you're pushing the boat out a little there.
I know. It's crazy. Sorry, how did we get onto this? Oh, yeah.
Zombie movies.
Zombie movies, yeah. Because I was going to say, most stuff that's set in the suburbs, I don't particularly enjoy. Notable exceptions are Cougar Town and Daria, because they're both about subverting the suburbs. Whereas, which, I mean, I guess you could argue, zombies in the suburbs, oh no. And I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the whole point there.
Yeah.
I mean, most of my favourite zombie movies actually aren't really technically zombie movies.
Okay, like what?
Like Pontypool, which is actually one of the things that I recommended like a couple of days ago, which is, how do I describe Pontypool? Basically, it's like an ex-shock jock radio DJ, and the zombies are basically the English language has become infected with a virus, and words get stuck in your head.
Okay.
And you the way the director describes it is you get so frustrated that the only way to relieve your frustration is to eat through another person's face. And
ouch.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And you kind of get stuck, and you're sort of like, for example, the word kill would be infected. And the only way that the protagonists could work themselves around the English language as a problem is like, kill means kiss, kill means kiss. And so words having different meanings. And because it's set in Canada, they also have this, trying to remember, grade school French kind of thing. And it's just an interesting struggle about, how language works. And of course, eventually people are trying to get them off the air whilst they're trying to help everyone by basically spouting nonsense. I mean, it feels like very much like a you film, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, every part of this sounds appealing.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Pontypool.
Yeah, two of my favorite TV shows that are not about suburbs are set in Canada. Little Mosque on the Prairie. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't, but I already love the name.
Okay, it's hilarious. So basically, the premise is that that this Anglican church is doing so poorly financially that they have to rent their community hall out full time to a local mosque that doesn't have its own building. Because the thing is, it's like a small, like, growing Muslim community.
Yeah.
And their goal is to one day, build their own mosque, but for right now they're just renting this space. And so it's just about all the goofy social interactions between the local, Anglican Canadians and the Islamic Canadians.
That sounds amazing.
It's really funny. And then another show that I really liked from Canada is, oh no, I'm blanking on the name of it. It's about this Shakespeare company, and basically their director dies in the first episode, and then his ghost haunts his old friend who now has to run the company, and it's all like, are ghosts real or is he going insane? Making fun of Hamlet and like.
I love it. I love
it. I'm blanking on the name, but like the opening theme is like. This is gonna kill me. Let me Google this.
It's the first time I think you've ever Googled something mid-video.
Actually, I just Googled "The Dead Won't Die" earlier because I wanted to remember the name of that movie. But yeah.
I don't think that's one I actually know.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that next. But yeah,
Okay.
okay. The name of the show is Slings and Arrows, and the opening theme song is hilarious. It's like, cheer up, Hamlet, chin up, Hamlet, buck up, you melancholy Dane. So your uncle is a cad who murdered dad and married mum. That's really no excuse to be as glum as you become. So wise up, Hamlet, rise up, Hamlet, perk up and sing a new refrain. Your incessant monologizing fills the castle with ennui. Your antic disposition is embarrassing to see. And by the way, you sulky brat, the answer is to be. You're driving poor Ophelia insane. So shut up, you rogue and peasant, grow up. It's most unpleasant, cheer up, you melancholy Dane.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's the whole show is just so funny. Oh, there's a bunch of people who want to have words with you.
Yeah, I can hear them.
Okay, just let's. Maybe we should put in a fence here so they don't come down the path.
I was planning to deal with it slightly differently.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make a pumpkin wall, but you're clearly a woman of action.
I will also probably at some point need milk, if you got any.
Milk? No.
There they are.
Oh wow, there's a
Incoming,
lot of
Joe.
them.
Yep, that usually is. You didn't like your dogs at all, did you?
They'll be okay.
They'll be okay.
Okay.
I think that's all of them.
Yay.
And I think it was actually you that got the poison.
It is. So that way I don't have to go get you milk. They're all
Yes, it's
growling
just-
still. Are they growling because I have the villager curse?
Are you? I don't know. They are growling, yes. It might be because there's another one somewhere.
There might be skeletons under the ground here or something? No?
I've never heard a dog. I've never actually heard a dog growl in
Okay.
Minecraft.
Well, you know what? That's a problem for future Joe. Okay. Much like this milk situation.
Future Joe's a muppet. You don't have to worry about Future Joe.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. The Dead Won't Die is a Bill Murray and Adam Driver comedy with Tilda Swinton in it as a mortician. And the premise is, it's very similar. It's kind of like a modern take on, dang it, I'm like, all these zombie movies have such similar names. I was gonna say the first one. It's not called Dawn of the Dead. What was the first one? Like-
the Night of the
Living Dead. Yeah. So like, you know how Night of the Living Dead? They're like, oh, that satellite crashed or whatever. It's emitting radiation.
Yeah.
So the great thing about The Dead Won't Die is it starts with kind of a similar or a similar premise that due to Arctic fracking, the Earth has stopped turning, and so the initial stuff is all these creepy scenes of people like in the middle of the day doing things that are like the sort of stuff that you would do either very early in the morning or very late at night, and like. And so the whole movie is really unnerving because it's all shot at like noon, even though time is passing and stuff is going on, and which is also a great way to save money on lighting.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Sounds like it. That might have been the reason, but
it works though. But it's just one of the. But anyway, so it's a, like I said, a zombie comedy, and I think I don't want to go into detail too much, but. There's a lot of things that they pulled off really well, and I think you would enjoy it if you like Bill Murray.
I do in general. He's a little bit odd, but I'll accept him.
Mm-hmm. Ghostbusters is a good October movie too. It's not necessarily a horror movie, but it is one that I do try to watch every Halloween. Or Halloween season, not necessarily like the day of Halloween.
Yeah, to be honest, Ghostbusters is more like a Christmas movie for me.
Is it? That's
Believe it or not.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it Christmas in the movie?
No, but it's one of those movies that is quintessentially Christmas. I think that's because when it was when it was shown in the UK a lot, and when I was a kid.
Interesting.
So Yeah, I mean that's just the way the UK was back when I was a kid. There were certain movies that were just, you know, this is just what we do on Christmas. Like The Great Escape is a Christmas movie to me.
I still haven't seen that. I need to.
It's a really good. It's very much yay America, woo! But you know, which is a little disconcerting considering the history of the story. But you know, we'll take it. But yeah, but it's one of those films that was always shown at Christmas, so it's a Christmas movie. So because of rights and stuff, I suppose it's a bit like what's it? Becoming a Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life in America.
Well, It's a Wonderful Life is about Christmas, though, isn't it? Doesn't it take place?
Don't actually think it is.
I thought it takes. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually the reason why it was a Christmas movie is because of TV rights, so they could show it for nothing, which is why they showed it every Christmas.
You know, I really thought that it was supposed to take place like on Christmas Eve or something.
I don't know. It might be.
I haven't.
But that's not why they show it at Christmas.
Well, see, the thing is, our local like indie theater actually does do a like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day showing of it too, and so I usually try to go to that. So I haven't watched it like throughout the year.
I mean, it like I say, it might take place at Christmas, but it's that whole concept of, you know, movies that are shown at Christmas but aren't actually Christmas movies. That is, I think, one of the main examples that I can think of because of copyright. So
Interesting.
I mean, the people in the comments are probably going to go, "You're just telling lies now, Cleo." I think I'm right.
I mean, I don't know. It's honestly, I'd have to go check, and I'm not going to because I've already Googled two things, and I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah, and I refuse to Google anymore.
Googling a third thing is just antisocial. Like, at a certain point, I need to accept the limitations of my own knowledge.
I disagree, but okay.
Okay. Well,
you don't be limited by knowledge, Joe. You show knowledge who's boss.
Fine, I'll check. Okay.
I got Joe to abandon all his principles.
Oh, this is Wiki quote, not Wikipedia. Dang it.
How dare you?
I'll use the external link. It's a Wonderful Life is a 1946 Christmas fantasy drama film. So it says Christmas in here, in the description.
Okay.
But let me see.
But
yeah, because he says, Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls. Merry Christmas, Movie House. Yeah, it's Christmas Day.
Okay. But that doesn't stop the copyright issue.
No, it doesn't, but I'm just saying it is a movie that takes place on Christmas, you know.
I feel like we're a bit out of season now.
Yeah, we need to come back and do another episode about Christmas movies at some point.
We do. This is the great Halloween Christmas movie recommendation list.
Yes. We're trying to. The thing is, we don't need to knock them out all at once.
Do you know what is a Christmas movie?
What?
The only Christmas and Halloween movie at the same time.
Gremlins.
Yep.
Gremlins. You know, in Gremlins, there's actually a shot of when the mom is watching TV. There's a shot of the TV in her kitchen showing It's a Wonderful Life with George Bailey running past the movie house yelling Merry Christmas Movie House.
Because of copyright.
Okay. It's okay, whatever. It's fine.
I'm not saying it's not fine. I'm just saying that I'm right.
Yeah, he couldn't say Merry Christmas and then the entire text of a popular novel at the time because of copyright. I accept this. So, yeah, let's see. So we talked a little bit about, or we mentioned at least, there's kind of the comedy horror like Scream or the meta horror or Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, meta horror, I would probably describe those as.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I was really so after I watched the first Scream film, I was like, huh, okay. So let me see what they do with the second one. And then like I had heard like the third and fourth one weren't as good, but I was like, I don't care if they're gonna be as good. I'm just curious to see how they approach the problem. How did they approach the problem of making a third and fourth Scream movie? What?
Sorry, as you were speaking, I heard a huh, and I thought, oh my god, that pillager's come up to get me. I turn around and there's a trader right next to me.
I'm just thinking your fence isn't very effective.
I've never been so scared. I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to fight for my life. No, I'm fine.
No, you did.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You don't care how bad the third and fourth ones are.
Well, I was prepared for them to be bad. I was like, I don't care how bad people say they are. I want to see how they do it. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. I thought they pulled it off.
I think they're decent. I think they are. And I know a lot of people have issues with them, but as a general rule, I think they're pretty good.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that, any film is the perfect film.
Oh, my head's in here.
Hey, do you have anything I could make another shovel out of?
Yeah.
Okay,
probably.
mind if I grab one of these iron out of here?
I can't rest nearby Crest because there are monsters nearby.
Yeah, they're probably underground.
How do we solve this? By moving the bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can go up to the lighthouse. There's definitely a bed in there that's far enough away from any creatures. Oh man,
I'm good.
Impulse is not a compulsive sleeper, so yeah, thank you.
I know. Okay, I've got some iron. If you want some iron,
I just grabbed one. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
It's okay, Cleo. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say, The Dead Won't Die is kind of in that kind of comedy meta type of area. Unlike Zombieland, which is just like pure comedy, or Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I mean, Zombieland is a zombie movie, but it is not a horror movie kind of deal.
Yeah, and like if Ghostbusters was any kind of horror, yeah, it's just as a creeper. And if Ghostbusters was any kind of horror, it's like cosmic horror. Really, it's
and the second one is more sort of existential horror.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh no, something's gonna jump out at me, slasher type thing.
No, I'm not really a big fan of like slasher kind of jump scare things. I'm more kind of like into the thriller kind of horror.
Yeah.
I mean, I can appreciate a good slasher, but it has to be a good slasher, and there are very few of them.
Is there one you would recommend in particular?
Genuinely, not particularly. They're all much of a muchness. If you're going to go for one, I would probably go for probably the Friday the 13th, the first one. Yeah, and even then, it's like it's slasher.
That's fair.
There's nothing really meta-y about it. It's just, yep, this is just what it is. Just enjoy the gore. Yeah, I'm fairly. I like something that I can actually think, oh, what does this really mean, kind of thing.
Yeah, I find the ones that have like interesting rules are kind of fun to watch because they become like thought experiments to think about after you watch the movie. And slasher films don't usually have those in the same way as like the Japanese horror films. They usually have ghosts that follow some sort of pattern or logic or something.
Yeah, I mean those ones. If you're looking for like rules, and thought experiments for what could happen after Battle Royale is like the perfect, which I would actually, thinking about it, is probably considered like a slasher film. technically, because they do spend a lot of time stabbing things.
Yeah, that's a weird one. It's almost an action movie. It's got horror elements. I have no idea how to describe Battle Royale, but that's one of the fun things about like foreign films is that they don't necessarily conform to the genre expectations of the stuff that we would produce.
I mean, that's why I like Cabin in the Woods, because that's a nice meta, because there are the experiments are being taken place in all over the world. So they, the rules for Japan's experiment aren't the same as the rules for America's experiment, because they have different mythos in their home country. So yeah, that's why the reasons I like that as a commentary on horror.
Oh yeah, and it's one of those things they managed to do both the meta commentary and just be fun. It's a fun movie. There's just a lot of pieces of it that are amusing and enjoyable moment to moment. I feel like in some movies where everything is just bleak, there's no joy in it. Like it's hard to be as scared if there's no joy in something, and that's one of the things I think comedy and horror complement each other on nicely.
Yeah. You've got to appreciate the ups and the downs. But I like myself a good bleak horror every now and then, where there is actually no hope. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that I think's, I think when you're talking about things like apocalyptic horror, like, the world has ended kind of deal, it's sort of like, well, would I survive kind of deal? And I think the answer is no, genuinely, because I'm not disillusioned. I'm not under any illusions about that. I think I would probably be among the first wave, but it's. I just think like, would I survive? Would I be able to help anyone else survive? And who would be there with me, kind of thing. I just like thought experiments, I think.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like. The zombie movies, people love thinking about, oh, how would I prepare for this or whatever. But, you don't really have that in the same way with a lot of the, like, other traditional monsters. Like, oh, no, what would I do if a grave robber took my organs and used it to create a monster that obtained sentience? Well, I guess I would already be part of the monster. There's not a lot of decision-making for me there at that point,
No, yeah, I feel like... you'd know where you'd be. I mean, that like generalist horror, like the old like movie monsters. I quite like some of those. Mostly as how different the acting is. For example, is it Dracula, like the old vampire movies, where it's Phantom of the Opera, isn't it? When his face mask is ripped off, and you just feel kind of like the horror, because the expression on his face is also horror. It's just how the acting has developed. Because now all you would see is CGI rubbish underneath that mask, or like over the top painting, and it takes away from like the feel of the acting. So, yeah. You
know what is terrifying? Have you seen? Well, it's not terrifying, but it's emotive in the same way. Have you seen the music video for the Monster Mash recently?
No.
So find the music video on YouTube for the Monster Mash, of like the original performer singing it in the 1950s or whatever. He was like he was on like a variety show, and because there's no CGI, no special effects or whatever, he's doing this weird thing where he contorts his face in different ways.
Ooh.
As he goes through each line. and it is just like super unnerving, and it's not like terrifying, frightening, and the like he's gonna get me way, but it's just like, what is it's like I don't think a person's face is supposed to necessarily move that way. It's just like really creepy on this visceral level, and it's a funny song, but he's like singing it with this weird visage. So yeah, you talking about the Phantom of the Opera visage, it kind of brought that to mind for me.
Yeah, that sounds really odd. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Ooh. I've never actually done a fence this way before. I quite like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm glad.
It's very, I was gonna say, kind of cozy. It reminds me.
Yeah.
It reminds me of cottages. Like, it feels like handmade in a simpler time.
It is handmade. Yeah. Trust me.
Thank you, Cleo.
Okay, I think I can manage this. And you know what? I feel like this is in some way paying you back for all the arm stands you've made.
I do appreciate it.
I know.
So, yeah. So you mentioned that there are very few examples of bleak horror that you enjoy, but you never actually gave any examples. I'm curious what bleak horror would be on that list.
Probably something like The Mist.
Oh, yeah, you tweeted about that one, too.
Yeah, The Mist is... it's because I've watched them like the last 4 days. I've been watching them as I tweet them. But it's about the horror that is inside people. And, when there is no hope, we turn on each other kind of deal. And I just, and then at the end, I'm not going to spoil the end because the end is like the best/worst bit.
Okay.
And it's just like, what do you do when there is no chance of escape? What is the one thing that you can do, to take back your control and save your family from hideous slaughter?
Interesting.
So yeah, it's that kind of bleakness. So,
that sounds cool.
It is it's a Stephen King movie, but and
I've heard of him.
I do. Yeah. He's a very small author, not particularly well known, but I'm impressed that you've heard of him.
Yeah, well, we have some culture here too, Cleo.
A little bit.
Yeah, just as a treat.
As a treat. You get culture if you finish your Brussels sprouts.
I'm trying to think of a mainlining pun, but I can't do it.
A mainlining? Because
he's from Maine. Never mind. This is...
Oh, yeah, I actually knew that.
This is not a good avenue for a joke. So anyway. Yeah, oh man. I'm trying to think like what else has been interesting or what else would be on my horror list. Because yeah, there's not a lot of like vampire movies that I really got into, but I enjoyed. I did watch that Buffy the Vampire Slayer film for the first time. I've seen the show several times, but I'd never actually seen the film because the person who originally recommended me the show was like, "Don't see the movie; it's terrible." And
the film is not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great.
No, it wasn't as bad as I had been warned. I think the person was worried that if I watched the movie first, I wouldn't want to go through 7 seasons of DVDs of Buffy. But...
I mean, to be honest, if you got through the first season of Buffy, I mean, it's fun, but it's not good.
It's fun.
The first season, which I was, Buffy was kind of like my teen, like late teens kind of movie, not movie,
series.
Yeah, it was one of the things that I really enjoyed. So I really wish this guy would go away and leave me alone.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not really acceptable socially for him to just hang around like that. I can go lead him into town if you want. I've got this great flag in the upper right corner.
Llama may have met an unfortunate accident.
Oh no.
Oh dear, he fell out. He fell down.
I need to see if I can plant these on that. What's that dirt called that you mix with gravel in the game? It's like
Coarse dirt.
coarse dirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think I need to get some coarse dirt and like create like a square of coarse dirt or a rectangle of coarse dirt, and then plant all the ferns and then cut the paths inside of them. So having these fern walls be like double or triple wide, I think will add to the feeling of claustrophobia.
That would work. Speaking of claustrophobia in movies,
Yeah.
In the Long Grass, I recommended recently and have watched, which is another Stephen King film, which is basically people who get stuck in the long grass, and there's an evil rock, and there's time loops. It's amazing.
Wait, an evil rock? Like
there is an evil rock that was a rock at the beginning of time, and turns people evil and gets inside your head, and people worship it and stuff like that.
So we mean
It's
like a
very
literal
Stephen
stone, not like a ROC, like a bird of mythological.
Like a literal rock
Interesting.
that breathes.
Oh. Well, then you
And
just
it's-
drown it.
I mean, they are in the middle of like massive grasslands.
Well, I mean, you know, you can drown a rock in 6 inches of water if you know what you're doing. Gotta hold it under.
I feel like that's not true, but okay.
Not for rocks, no.
But
Okay.
it's a case of it. If you touch it, it makes you evil. So there's this whole kind of like,
Oh.
and because there is like multiple different timelines going on, you get like versions of somebody who has touched the rock and hasn't touched the rock, and and you've got to figure out which one it is at this particular time. So you know, it just utterly blows your mind.
Time travel
I love
stuff
it.
is interesting. Yeah. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
one of my favorite throwaway lines in Scream 4 was when they were talking about those stab movies, which are the meta in-universe films about the events of the first movie and second movie. It's weird. That's for the people at home. I'm sure you know that. But anyway, they mention that Stab 5 really went off the rails with the time travel elements. And so I really want to see... I want Scream 5 just to be like a Bill and Ted movie or something. Just like...
well, that's like Friday the 13th. The Friday the 13th was... It went absolutely nuts. It's sort of like...
Wait, is there time travel in Friday the 13th?
There's definitely space travel.
Whoa, really? Okay, I never got that far in. I think I saw like the second one.
Don't bother. They're awful. They are actually physically awful movies. But yeah, the stuff is like, and you get things like Freddy versus Jason, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a bit weird.
Very interesting. Just so you know, I've run off to get gravel to make the coarse dirt. So.
Okay, I shall forgive you.
If you hear somebody creeping up behind you, it is probably that wandering trader's remaining llama, or Cubfan135, who loves turning himself invisible and hanging out around my base. I know you're asleep during my live streams. Sometimes I wish I was, so I wouldn't be haunted by his actions.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he'll turn himself invisible and just like mess with me. He'll like remove blocks and like put them over like slightly, like stuff where I think I'm going crazy, like Tom Sawyer moving the cutlery stuff.
Oh.
It's a lot.
You know what? That is not something that I expected Cub to do.
I think
so.
I think he gets tired that late at night. He's just like, you know what I'd rather do than make my own videos. It's just go bother Joe. It's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining.
You just like the interaction, don't you?
It's that human contact I crave.
Oh dear, Joe. What are we gonna do with you?
I'll be fine. There's some movies like I didn't. Okay, so you know the movie Her with oh dang it, I'm blanking on his name. Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't think I do actually.
Okay, so it's this movie about this guy who upgrades his phone and the new operating system for everybody's phones, it has like a customized artificial intelligence assistant. And
All right.
so like you answer like 3 questions when you first set it up, and then it generates something based on your responses as well as the user data they have about you. And so like he starts like so basically it's his story about his relationship with the AI in his phone, but like also this is happening to everyone everywhere. Like,
Right.
and this isn't like a surprise thing, like, oh no, aliens hacked the phones. This is like just the next update from the equivalent of Apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a mundane thing that's happening to everyone, that they're all developing these friendships or antagonistic relationships, or in his case, romantic relationship with this AI in his phone. And I am just watching this, and like the woman in the phone, who I think was like Scarlett Johansson or whatever was her voice, you know, she's got this kind of like creepy, like almost stalkerish girlfriend vibe, you know?
Right.
Like is she a little too interested or too forward? But like she's also like been alive for like 30 minutes, you know, type of thing. So there's a lot of weird elements to that, where it's like, how much of this is social awkwardness and how much of this is like, you know, like, how much should I be afraid? And I'm watching this, and it keeps building the tension, and like they're talking about how like, oh, so and so's phone AI apparently is you know, been talking to so and so phone AI about this, and like the phone AIs are like organizing themselves and stuff. And I found out about an hour and 30 minutes into the movie that it's supposed to be a like sci-fi romance film, not a horror film. I hadn't seen the trailers, and I wasn't the one who picked the movie, but like it has the perfect setup. Act 3. If somebody wants to remake that movie as a horror movie,
Please do, because it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Act 3 of that movie could have gotten real dark real quick. It had all the you know like the creepy boyfriend tropes in the horror movies. It had all of that like slightly off social interaction, where it's like, is this a thing? You know, like it sets off your brain's little like, I don't think everything's okay alarm, you know. You know, but like, no, apparently not a horror film. I'm just bad at you know, viewer
establishing
comprehension.
horror, but
yeah,
I don't think you are. I think people sort of underestimate what's okay. I think you probably got. I think if you asked the women in the audience if it was a horror movie, you'd probably get a different answer.
Yeah, and I think some of it too depends on like what you were told going into the movie. Like if you knew, oh hey, this is this like romantic film with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. Is that her name? I feel like I'm mispronouncing her last name, but I don't.
That seems to be her name.
Okay.
I think that's how I would pronounce her name.
Okay, I'm not good with like famous people.
Me neither. Which is why I just went, what?
Also, I think I've somehow lost, like, you gave me, like, way more iron than I needed.
I did.
And now did I put it down when I was picking up the gravel? Dang it. Okay, I'll be right back.
Do you need some more iron?
Yeah, I need to dig out the grass here and replace it with the coarse dirt. Thank you, Cleo.
You're welcome.
Okay.
That film sounds like it would be better as a horror.
Yeah. So I recommend, if anybody's looking for a good movie to establish a creepy tone, but isn't necessarily actually a horror film, maybe check out Her, which the title even sounds like it could be a horror movie. Her.
It does. It's Her. It's not, you know.
Yeah, it's not Hurry Up and Laugh.
Yeah, that does sound like it should be a horror movie.
Or at least a horror movie.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So let's see.
You tried.
I did try. What else? What else have we not talked about? I think we might have done a pretty thorough survey.
I mean, without getting into the truly bizarre horror movies,
What would
I think
you consider truly bizarre?
I mean, there's all it's genuine. Well, it's less bizarre. It's more different culture. Stuff from like Guillermo del Toro. He just knows how to set up my creepy the instincts. Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
You know, I have heard good things about it, but I have not actually seen it.
It is, to date, one of those things that I'm not sure if it's a children's movie or a horror movie.
Oh.
Or just a fairy story. I don't know.
You know, a lot of movies are horror movies from the point of view of parents. Like, I don't know if you have seen School of Rock starring Jack Black.
Yes, I have. As a teacher, that terrifies me.
Oh, it is just like so scary as a parent. And then another example I have that's like my go-to for what is scary to parents that's not scary to kids. The film Home Alone, like when the mom is talking to John Candy in the van about the time that he and his wife accidentally left their son at the funeral home for like 6 hours, and how but don't worry, kids bounce back, 6-8 weeks he's talking again and everything. And then, like, at the end of Home Alone, when the mom comes into the foyer and looks at her son, and he just doesn't say anything, and he just looks at her, and you see she freaks, like, in her face. It, like, zooms in on Catherine O'Hara's face, and you see in her eyes that she's like, oh, no, he's never going to speak again. Like, he's just been so traumatized, he will never recover from this. And so, like, when he finally does say something to her, because, I think he hugs her before he says anything. Yeah. And, like, as soon as he says a single word, like, there's this moment of relief on her face that, like, it's just like, this is terrifying. Ugh. I don't know.
Yep. I've made the right decision not being a parent, I feel. Because I don't think I could cope with that.
It's scary, but I don't know. It's a lot of work.
I mean, it is. I mean, I couldn't do it. I mean, I probably could because I've got a lot of practice, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing is I'm not going to guilt anybody for making their own decisions on that front.
No, I didn't think you ever would. There are a lot of people that do, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. I've nearly finished this.
Yay. Yeah, I'm still working on the kind of fern maze rough layout, or course layout, I should say.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
I see it. Don't approve, but I see it.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Woo.
Just need to get a little shovel.
I have plenty of shovels if you need a shovel.
Oh no. I've got a better shovel.
Oh, okay. I get it. Shovel off.
That's not what I said, but sure.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And this tree needs to disappear.
I see how it is. Okay, so.
Better had to. Mm-hmm. Completely serious, yes.
Most serious. Oh, I should ask, did you get a chance to catch any of the Minecon Live updates? This is less terrifying.
I have been avoiding it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to be spoiled.
Oh, okay.
I realized that, this is part of my job, but,
Yeah, no, that's fair. It'll probably be
I'm
scarier.
happy to talk about it and be told stuff, but I just want to see it, I just want to experience it.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't blame you. And honestly, I think it'll be a lot scarier if you just go into it fresh.
What?
So.
Is that a joke?
Yes.
Good. No, what? Joe, I will break your legs.
Ow.
It's with a shovel.
Ow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, lesson learned. But yeah, no,
Is
there are some new horror elements to the game.
I saw the picture that you asked somebody to draw.
Yeah, of you feeding me into the
Feeding you to a warden's belly.
yeah, because
apparently.
it's got its maw in its belly. It's kind of like a wood chipper in that way.
Yes, the wood chippers with their well-known bellies.
Yeah, well, I mean they're at like waist height. The hopper, I guess you'd call it.
Do you want all of this taken out?
Oh yeah, if you have time, I don't want to.
Well, I'm done, so you know.
Oh, awesome! Wow, that's efficient shoveling.
I mean, that's what happens when you have efficient tools.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I mean, would you like a shovel?
No, well, I need to be better about accepting help when offered. So, yes.
Okay. Leave it with me.
Thank you, Cleo.
I'm just thinking, how bad could this go?
Yeah, I'm like, well...
I would, but...
It's always something.
It might not be anything. I might choose to be a benevolent and kind person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as is your way.
Are you suggesting I'm not benevolent and kind?
That's the opposite of my words. Wow, Cleo, I gotta say, I think you absolutely nailed it with these fences.
Thank you. I think they're adorable.
I'm adoring them now. You can't see it. My eyes are getting all big, like Corellis's.
That is a worry. We need to get you to a doctor.
Yeah.
Stat.
You need to get those dilated, so then they're just dark, empty pools.
That feels very fitting for our theme of horror.
Oh, yeah. Now, can I walk through these just out of curiosity?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
They do literally nothing except look pretty.
But they look so pretty. Yeah. I figure I'm probably going to replace a bunch of the ground here with coarse dirt and do some other decorating, but, like, you have gotten us way further along than we were.
Yay!
Yay, indeed.
Like, mini successes are the best successes.
Exactly.
And you have actually done quite a bit of work because you have tiny tools.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is all coarse dirt, and I'm assuming you're going to double wide so we can all hide in the long grass.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I think double wide ferns should make the maze work on the whole. I'm realizing I didn't leave an exit hole, so
they don't get to leave.
Oh. You know what actually would be terrifyingly interesting is if at one point in the maze you go underground and then you come out through a bubble column in this pond here. What if the exit's just this pond?
Oh, yeah. No, I like that. As a thing, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll have to save that for
and we can put some like hermit heads and stuff in the bottom. Just
Yeah.
sort of like creepy, like...
Yeah, creepy cave type thing. I don't know. I'll keep working on it next episode. I think we got a lot done though.
Thank
did.
You. Thanks for having us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was great. Well, until next time, Cleo. This is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Any final words?
Class dismissed. Class dismissed. Class dismissed.
Class dismissed. Keep adventuring. You may have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. That's thanks to $100 a month Patreon sponsor Bioduck. So in lieu of that mid-roll ad, we will now have a poetry prompt. What magic is friendship? You can go ahead and submit your poems in the YouTube comment section below. That was a little too low. Anyway, also, we had no pre-roll ad this episode. Thanks to Take V, a $200 a month Patreon sponsor. So that means the only ad that you'll see on this entire episode is the one after this. And considering this episode is longer than the Bill and Ted 3 movie, nobody's going to get there. Nobody's going to watch it. That's fine. That's why we let people tip and support on Patreon. The ad market's dying anyway. Install ad block. Prepare me for the future by supporting the arts whenever you can get a job. I'll appreciate it. The same way I appreciate Bioduck and Take V. Woo! Thank you. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.